Alright guys, so a little update on the bikes. I actually got the suspension done on both of these. Those forks over there are actually just some extra air forks that I had that I took to MVR, Mark over at MVR Motivations Racing, I think it's the company's name. And he set it up for me. So he did these Xplorer forks on the 300 XCW, and he also did that set of air forks. They were off a 350 XCF. And I want to say he put, like, I don't know what they call it, some A-kit components or something inside these forks. He was explaining it to me, but basically the top is now, I think, rebound only, and then the bottom's compression, I think. I have to look it up, but I haven't touched anything. I'm gonna leave it where he had it. But I also got these little Mako. It's hard, you probably can't see right now, it's actually starting to rain. But these Mako 360 bar mounts, I got it on both of these bikes. The reason I got it on that bike, I actually got it on that one first, was because that has those little rubber, the XCWs have these, I don't know if they're cast, I think they're cast triple clamps. Those are a little different. For whatever reason though, it has these like rubber cones that mount. So when you crash, which I did on that bike somewhat bad, it twisted my mounts up pretty good and I could not get them back straight. And once I did get them straight, I couldn't get those bolts, you know, those rubber things to squish up tight enough. I don't know, it just felt really weird and I was not comfortable with it at all. So that basically converts it to like a solid steel mount underneath. But the cool thing about these things is it has inside here, you guys can see, I'm sure you can't, this one I got the red, that one's the green, but it's got these like neoprene, these plastic bushings, I guess you'd call them. But the bars are basically 100% surrounded by these rubber things. There's no metal from the bars to the clamps. It's all rubber. So there's this little gadget in here that keeps the bars from going like this too. That's also a rubber mounted system. It's hard to explain, but look it up. Mako 360. It's company's called XC Gear, I believe. I want to say they're Australian or maybe they're from New Zealand, one or the other, but we'll see what happens. I haven't ridden with the mount or with the new forks yet. And he did the rear shock in this one too. So this bike should be perfectly set up for my style of riding, which is, you know, these hare scrambles, the Virginia series and the NCHSA series, the VCHSS and the NCHSA. The MIDI stuff's a little faster, so I'd have to revalve it again, I think, but we'll see. Haven't started the bike yet today, so we'll see how. It takes usually a couple seconds to start when it's cold. This bike I started it earlier. I had a lot of trouble getting that one started, a lot. It took me like 5 or 6 times to get this one to go, so this bike seems to start no problem every time. But the little man's bike didn't blow up or something. There's a lot of people out here today actually. I don't know if you guys know, but I got this Scott steering stabilizer here. And I used it in my last race, and I don't know if it was just, I had a horrible race, but my bike, you know, this thing definitely made my front end feel, it felt heavy. I actually turned this way down, so, like, that's off. There's nothing right there. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I think I had it at 4 from off, so it's barely on now. I don't know if you can see, but I also got this Power Core 2 silencer. little fence here. It's raining pretty good. Damn it. This is the hardest it's been raining the whole day. On this track, you're not going to be able to, you know, the trails that are over there, usually it's like got a nice straightaway and some good turns and stuff. It's closed off for some reason, I don't know why. So I guess I'm gonna go down to the single track that's over here. Is that a little squirrely? I can't see anything because my goggles are covered in water. I'm hoping once I get in the woods, I'm not gonna get rained on as much. Yeah, I mean, I can already tell. You guys can't tell, but there's a lot of like pretty sharp hits right here. A lot of roots, a lot of quick impacts, and the guy Mark was trying to explain to me, I think he added some like another piston or something in there. So the initial hit on the stroke, it allows more fluid to flow. And I guess that's what helps soak that stuff up, or like those initial quick chop. I don't know. But I mean, just from right there, I felt, you know, better on the bike than I did at my race a couple weekends ago. Almost stuck the front end. That was user error. Oh yeah. Now, Something I just noticed, my stomach just somehow just hit my steering stabilizer. It is mounted pretty high up, but the bike's doing it once to do, Scott. I feel a lot more confident leaning my bike over. That big, no, not big, but that little tree that was down, usually when I hit that, it really bounces my bike up, but it just fucking ate it and kept going. Like my tire just went right back down on the ground after it hit it. I can definitely feel a difference. This is like a nice off camber, a lot of roots. Woo. This bridge is gonna collapse one day, I swear to God. Yeah, man, it's going right over that stuff. Wow. I didn't think I was going to be able to tell like that much of a difference, but I'm standing up this entire time too. I haven't sat down once. I suck at all I can do is let my momentum take me over it. I don't know how to like wheelie hop logs yet. I'm always scared of my rear tire hitting it and bouncing somewhere. Whoops. That Shinko tire I have on the back, the cheater, 525 cheater. It grips on the logs pretty good. It's a really soft tire. My rear brake, it's almost like it's not working. Yeah, something's wrong with my rear brake. I thought I noticed that earlier. It's like it's jammed or something. I just got it to lock up. Whoa, my foot pegs just hit hard. out my arm so much. Alright, so I just got done testing this bike. Now I'm going to take the 300 out. I mean the TX300, the other one. Bike felt great. I was a little worried after my last race. I put a Scott steering stabilizer on it, that big fatty front tire, and sorry, my goggles was fogging up. And I don't know if it was just me or me and the bike or what, but I was not feeling it that day. I almost felt like I was going to puke, and my bike, just my arms, it made it feel like I was just hanging on with my arms the whole time because the bike felt so heavy. I don't know, but I took that fatty front tire off. I loosened up the steering stabilizer a lot, and got the suspension done. So I don't know if it's one or all, combination of all, but it feels way better. I'm worried about leaving my bike here. I mean, I don't think any of these people are bad, but all right, let's go ride this sucker. My goggles are like completely fogged out. Oh, this is horrible. Just smeared them. At least I can see. Need to get some airflow going. Now, this bike does not have a recluse, and it does not have a steering stabilizer, and it has the air forks that have been revalved by Mark at MVR. That has the Xplorer spring fork, so I think the air pressure on here is 9.1 bar. 9.1 bar, I'm not exactly sure how many PSI that is, but maybe 130 or 140 something, maybe 150, I don't know, look it up. For whatever reason, this bike just revs so much freer. Maybe that does have a flywheel weight, I'm not sure. I would assume that both trail bikes have a flywheel weight compared to the 250SX motocross version, but I don't know. All right, let's go on the track first. Now this bike does have a Lectron carb. The brakes on this, oh my god, definitely doesn't bottom out like my other bike. It just makes you laugh because of how free that motor is. Good God. I don't know, man. It feels so much lighter. It's got to be that front end. The forks are about 3 pounds lighter than the spring forks. It just feels so much more playful. But at the same time, it feels a little slippery. Maybe I'm getting tired. This bike, it feels so much snappier. stiffer. You need a hand? You good? Wow, the front end on my XCW actually feels a little more playful back here. Like I could shift my weight. Huh, interesting. Gotta be that rear. I can like loft the wheel on this a lot easier. Maybe it's just the linkage versus PDS doing that, but it's like noticeable. Maybe it's the front end as well. The forks are lighter. Could be that. I don't know. Yeah, this is nowhere near as smooth. And the side effect of that is I'm not as confident hitting stuff, so I go slower. Oh yeah, wow man, I'm so happy with that 300 XCW. Yeah, man, the front end is so light. Wow. I really honestly thought I was going to put the air forks on the XCW, call it a day, because I'm all about like saving weight. I really like that light front end. But I think what I noticed today, the lightness, that lightness feel that I'm looking for isn't necessarily how light, like that, but almost like side to side, like turning. And for some reason on the XCW, I feel like I can shift my weight, you know, and turn the motorcycle. It just feels comfortable. It felt great. Almost like my YZ250 back in the day felt. God, that bike was perfect for me. It took so long to get it like that, but geez, man. Like I said, I haven't played with the clickers or anything, so but back here, the tight, rocky stuff, I definitely like that XCW. Now, if we were hitting super high speeds, I think that's where these bikes shine. More like a GNCC style track than you know, the tight single track that we ride. Like that and like that. On the XCW, it just ate it. I just bounced, and I was going faster, I think, on the XCW. This bike jumped over that. It didn't just soak it up. So I mean, good God, that suspension, that guy did a great job. All right, didn't lose my front end on any of those off-camber routes. Definitely felt a little more sketched out though. And here's the bridge. Oh God, that was horrible. I need to practice log crossing. Oh God, just stop the bike. See, that hit the linkage. The XCW doesn't have that problem. Yeah, I can tell how much grip that Shinko cheater tire has compared to like what this has. I think this is an AT81. It's a great tire. It'll last longer than that Shinko, but that Shinko has so much grip on the roots in the rocks. And the logs, I guess, too, right? It just gets so squirrely. Like back there, those real deep whoops, whatever you want to call them, this bike just handled it a lot better. Even just riding on this gravel road, it feels, you can, I can't, it's hard to explain, guys. This bike is so smooth, it's incredible. And trust me, it's plenty fast. I don't use but a quarter, 25% of this thing's power. This is what the fuel injection's great. You hear that? Just no spitting and sputtering at all. The Brembo brakes feel better than the Magura. A lot better. The Magura has a really stiff very stiff pull, so it's hard to modulate. God, I love this bike. God, I can like instantly feel more comfortable leaning it. Instantly. God, it's incredible. Oop, almost lost my front end there. Wow. I think I got some grease or something on my rear brake. I always forget I got the recluse in here. Oh, coming up on some guys. Looks like a KX125 maybe? Nope, KX250. Thanks, man. What's up, man? Yeah, let's go this way. Whoa! I'm going now. bike over. Whoop. Now I know where I am. Yeah, my rear brake's not working, dude. What is going on with my rear brake? Man, my brake. I like that. Clutch feels better on this bike. So the Husqvarnas come with these MVR, I'm not sure how to pronounce it, but the brakes are MVR brakes instead of Brembo, and a MVR hydraulic clutch instead of a Brembo. The clutch feels better on this bike than this bike, slightly. The brakes feel way better on that 300 XCW, the Brembo version, way better than these. This is a really stiff lever. This one's nice and plush. This one grips right at the beginning. It grips real well, and you have a nice feel. There's not much feel with this one. It's just to get the brakes. The initial feel is like almost like the brake's not even working. Almost makes it feel like you have oil on your brake, you know. And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, it grabs. So I actually heard a lot of online reviews that the MVR ones, you know, guys were saying they feel better. I think that was just people wanting to, you know, somebody did something other than use a Brembo, and somebody's like, oh yeah, it's better. No, it's not. Not even close. They should stick with the Brembo. I'm sure you could actually swap Brembo KTM stuff right on here. I'm sure it all lines up, but don't quote me on that. I don't know for sure. I need to figure out something else. At least there's one other bike. It's always a pain for me. This Ford like ramp system is awesome, guys. I thought it was just a gimmick. Don't get me wrong. It is the most overpriced anything you could ever buy in your entire life. But I want to say they charge I'll just leave it out. I'm gonna need it when I get back home anyway. They charge like $700 if you want. $700 or $800 if you want the dual ramp, and like $500 if you want the single. It's the stupidest thing ever. It's a piece of metal.